Welcome back to Simbright Fashion Academy YouTube channel for another interesting tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to sew this beautiful cowl kaftan with tight waist. It's actually a new design anyway. So you can see the back is free and the cowl effect is there as well. Okay, so it also has a ruche or gathered part of the sleeve. As you can see, it also have an overlapping collar. So if this is what you want to learn in this class, I will encourage you to stay till the end of this tutorial to learn the tips and tricks to how this beautiful cowl kaftan is made. Please. So I'm using 4 yards of silk fabric right here. So these 4 yards of silk fabric, this is my 4 yards. So you can see here is my 4 yards. So on this 4 yards, I'm going to take the measurement from one end right now. The measurement I'm going to take is the measurement of my waistline. So from this point, whatever your waist is, my waist is 17. I'll go ahead and add it 1 inch, making it 18 inches. So this 1 inch is 18 inches. So the 18 inches right there, that is my waistline. So I just go ahead and make a notch to it. So this is 18 inches. So from one end of your 4 yards, measure 18 inches. If your waist is 17, if your waist is 18, you add 1 inch, that is 19. Like that, like that. So I'm going to fold from that point. You are going to fold from that point. So once you fold, then the folding is going to be equal. You just take the folding to the other end. So here is my other end. So if I measure what I have from here to here now, I should be having 18 inches. So if you don't have that 18 inches, just go ahead and adjust. Make some adjustments. So I've made my adjustment, and here I have 18 inches. So I'll go ahead and do what? Notch the point of 18 inches. So this point I notched on this side, I'm going to bring it this way to meet with the other notch. So make sure you notch, okay? So here is my other notch. Just bring it and put it together to form the center front, because we are going to mark out the neckline. So I'll go ahead and arrange this. So I place it on fold like this. So we are going to take the measurement of our back and our front neckline. So this is what you have up to the sleeve line. So make sure you have this on your notch. So I'm adjusting it to be sure I have it on my notch. So I'm going to secure with my pin very well. Then we'll cut out the neckline. Now this is my 18 inches. From here to here is 18 inches. So now from here to here is 18 inches. So I've already folded it, as you can see. So the next thing we are going to do is to take our neckline. So I'm going to make use of 2.5 as my neckline. That is, my neckline width is 2.5. And my neckline depth for the back, I'm using 1 inch. So I'll just go ahead and connect 1 inch to the 2.5. Then the neckline depth for the front, I'm using 9 inches. So I'll connect my 9 inch. So from this 9 inches, simply come in by 1 inch. And after that, I'm going to connect the 1 inch. I'll just connect it to the 2.5 like this. Alright, so you can secure with your pin as well. So I'll just go ahead and hold it down a little more, because this fabric I'm working with is silk, and silk fabric can wobble a lot. So I'll just go ahead and secure with my pin out this one, the back neckline first. So once you have cut out the back neckline, just create your notch at this point, take off your pin, and then hold it on the notch, and separate the front and the back. So you have to separate the front and the back. So this is the back and this is the front. So the front is the shorter part. Can you see that? It's the shorter part, which is the measurement of 18 inches. So you can see that this point is the measurement of 18. Can you see that? So that is where you are going to cut the neckline for the front. So you have to be very, very, very careful. So I'll cut into the 1 inch like that. All right, so when I open it up, so when you open the collar, this is what you are going to have. You can see the center back with notch, and this is the front. So this is what we have as the collar right now. So I'm going to take the measurement of my collar right away, starting from the center back notch. I'm going to take the center. I have or you can start from here to take the measurement, because that is where we are going to attach our collar. So I'll just take it all the way. So here I have 25. So I'm going to cut add 5 inches and cut at 30 inches. So next is to make a notch. Just make a little notch of half an inch like this. A little notch diagonally, and also make a little notch from this angle diagonally. Can you see that? So you will know why we have to create all these notches. So I'm going to cut out my collar now. So I've cut out my collar, and the collar measures 5 inches. So I'm using 5 inches and the length is at 35. Okay. So I'll go ahead and place it on fold like this, put it together, and then make a notch at the center back. So I'll just make my notch at the center back. So after that is done, I'm going to come back with the dress. We are going to sew the dress neckline right now. So here is it, and that is the collar. So you can see the notch I made at the center back. Just go ahead and stitch your collar from that center back. Wherever you end, you stop. I will repeat the same. You can see I've stitched the collar from the center back. I stitched it all around, and I stopped exactly at the notch. So make sure your stitches stops exactly at the notch. Can you see that? And also make sure that the notch, the diagonal notch, touches the stitches like this. So it will be easy for us to turn at the end of the day. So I'll also check this and make sure it gets to the notch. So after that is done, I'm going to tuck it in like this. So you just go ahead and tuck it in like this. So once you have tucked it in, the ½ inch we notched, I'm going to flip it this way. Can you see? So everything matches nice and clean. So I will lift here right now, and I'll secure with my pin. So just go ahead and pin that place down. So I'll pin it down like this. Then I'll go over to my machine now. I'm going to stitch on top of this. So here you can see I've stitched on top of it. So the next I'll do is to cut it to the length of. So it's better you have an excess than you have a shorting. So when I open my collar, this is what I have. Okay, so I'll just loosen up this part and adjust it well. Okay, I wrongly top stitched at the wrong place. So you can go ahead and also top stitch again if you want. You can just run. If you want, you can just give it a good press. So after that, the next you will do is to come to the end and put it together, so we'll be able to get the mid point of this dress. So here is the midpoint of the dress, and I'm going to place my notch for reference purpose. So here is the half length, and this other part is the back piece of this dress. So now this is the side of the dress. Okay, so at this side of the dress, I'm going to pick up this side like this. Just watch what I'm doing. This is the main purpose of this tutorial. Just pick up this side. So what I'm going to do is to turn this dress to the back, so we'll be able to stitch the back accordingly. So I'll place it. Remember, I had my notch, which will help me for the length of the dress. So you can see what I did. That is 18 inches from here to here. So the side is what we are going to stitch to this part like this. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and secure here with my pin like that. I'll secure with my pin till the whole length. This is the whole length. I believe you understand. You can see the length after the 18 inches. Let me come again with it so you'll be able to understand what I'm doing. This is the notch we made for the shoulder line. So this is the front 18 inches. So at this point of 18 inches, we have the length of 4 inches. So I'm going to pick up this length now. Let me just start from here so you'll be able to understand. This is the length of 4 inches. Just pick up that length of 4 inches and start pleating it. In fact, let us start from here. Start pleating it. So I'm going to pleat from this end right now. So this is the center front. Just move out a little bit because we are going to close here a little bit too. So I'll start pleating after half an inch. I'm going to pleat and pleat and pleat because I have an excess till this part folds to this part. So let me show you what I'm going to do. So the end of it is what I'm going to pleat. So I'll keep pleating. As I'm pleating, I'll be measuring it. As I'm pleating, I'll be measuring it to be sure that point of my 18 inches comes straight at a point. Can you see? So I'll pleat to an extent, maybe to the midpoint, and this part will be sewn straight. So let me pleat it now. You can see my pleating from that center point now. Like I said, you have to leave about half an inch to stitch this and the other part together. So I directed all my pleatings in this direction. Okay, so you have to pleat following this direction. So I kept pleating it because I really had an excess. So here is what I have left remaining. So like I said, you have to match up the notch 18 inches and sew it down. Okay, so just start from the hem and pleat whatever, provided it matches wherever it terminates, just stitch it at half an inch. So I'm going to also pleat the other part. So here is also the 18 inches. So you have to make sure you have this notch, very important. So at this point, I'm going to go over to the hem and pick up the hem. So it was the hem I picked up. So at this hem right now, I'm repeating it so for clarity. So at this hem, that is what you are going to bring to the center front. Can you see? So it's that hem that you bring to the center front. So I'll also pleat on this direction. So but I'm going to ensure that I go in, I will bring in 0.5 for stitching these two together. So I'm going to pleat again, and I'll also pleat in this direction. Okay, so for this I pleated in this direction, for this I pleated. So I'll keep pleating till I exhaust it up to that 18 inches. Let me do that. You can see I've pleated everything from one end to the other. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to close up these parts. So you just come up and put them together and close it up like 15 inches. So I'm going to close at 15 inches. Okay, so after joining these parts, you can see it right here. So just bring it this way, put it together like this. So this is what you'll be having on the hem parts. Okay, so this hem part is folded. So for ease of working, we need to curve it in this way. So you just go ahead and take your measurement. So just go ahead and take your measurement from this point. Just measure 10 inches. And from that 10 inches, you create a curve like this into that center line. That will enable you to work. So I'll just go ahead and curve. I'll just come from that center front and follow the curve I made now. So I'll just go this way. So instead of going straight, we are giving ease for movement. Can you see that? So we gave ease for movement. So you can now go ahead and stitch somewhere here close, then and hem this part. So after that, you are going to cut out your bias. Okay, so I'm using my bias. You can also use anything for the sleeve. So this bias measures 25 inches in length, and I have 4 pieces of them for the sleeve. So here is the sleeve. This is the dress. This is the waistline. This is the part we stitched. And here is the sleeve. So if you notice, I stitched at 3/4. Okay, so I'll be able to attach my ruche or my bias. So I just come to the end of the pleat. On this side, I'm going to stitch the bias only on the seam line like this. I'll also stitch this only on the seam line. So I'll attach it, and then I'll flip the bias inside, and I'm going to stitch. I just want to make sure I attach it so it will be easy for us at the end of the day. So when stitching, I'm going to put it inside and run a stitch, a straight stitch like this. So by the time we push it, it will go in. So let me stitch the bias right now. See, I've attached the bias. So like I said, you can use the same fabric and make a rope for it. So I attach it from on one side like this on the seam line, and on the other side on the seam line. So now this bias will lay inside to form that ruche effect. So I'm going to place it like this. So you can just fold it a little this way so it's smaller for you. So I pick up the seam line. Like I said, I stitch this at 0.75, which is 3/4. So I'm picking only one piece of it like this, and I'm going to drop my presser foot on it. So when you are stitching, please don't stitch on the bias. Don't stitch on the bias. So you can see I'm covering the bias totally, and I'm stitching only on the fabric. Can you see? So make sure you stitch only on the fabric. You can see what I'm doing there. So I'll just go ahead and cover and stitch, cover and stitch. So I'm pushing that bias because if you step on it, that is the end of the ruche effect. So it will no longer draw again. So here I'm done. So after this, I'm going to go over to the other side. After this, I'll go over to this other side. I still have the bias on this side. So whatever I do on this side, that is what I'm going to do. So I'll just push it in. Like I said, I folded it in so I don't step on it. So I'll go ahead and drop my presser foot again. So when you are stitching, stitch only on the one piece of fabric. So you can see me trying to make sure I'm stitching only on the fabric. So just use the seam and cover the bias. Okay, so that is the ruche design that we are trying to create right here. So once I get here, I'm going to back stitch, and that is it. So here you can see what we have. So this is what you have. So by the time we draw the string, by the time you push it, you can form, you know, any ruche design. Then you can go ahead and tie it, as you can see. So I'll repeat the same process for the other side. After that, the next thing is to sew our tight waist belt. So you can see the ruche design looking so beautiful right there. So here I'm going to take the measurement from my center front where I stitched. I'm going to take the measurement of my waist circumference divided by 4 for my tight waist belt. So the waist I'm working with is 36 divided by 4 is 9 inches. So I'll just simply measure 9 inches, and that is where I'm going to sew my belt. Okay, then I'll also go over the other way and measure the same 9 inches, altogether 18 inches. So it depends on what your waistline is. So I've already sewn my belt. Of course, you know how to go about the sewing of your belt. The length of my belt is 40 inches, and I'm going to attach this belt on the part I marked at 9 inches on both sides. So I'll just go ahead and secure with my pin, and then I'm going to top stitch this belt. I will lift it up and top stitch only on the front fabric. Here I've attached my tight waist belt. Of course, many of us are aware of this tight waist belt, which is trending. So the next I will now do is to hem this part. So I'm going to hem this part, okay, and that will be the hem part of this dress. This is how we'll come to the end of this tutorial. I believe this class was helpful to you. So if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day. Like this video, share to family and friends, drop a comment on the comment section and your suggestions as well. Thank you once again. See you in the next class. Bye.